Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal bringing you my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the newly announced and revealed Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. It is the newest smartphone flagship of Samsung. It was revealed earlier in MWC or Mobile World Congress. So this is an upgrade to the S8, or is it? So let's get things out of the way. The specs. Okay, so it's still made of aluminum and Gorilla Glass 5. It still has the IP68 water and dust resistance. Still maintains the screen resolution of 2960 by 1440 pixel 2:1 ratio, or 18 by 5, however you want to call it. It's still using that Super AMOLED Infinity screen that Samsung markets. So the S9 has a 5.8 inch screen and the S9 Plus has 6.2 inch screen. But this is a major difference between the two. So rear camera, they both have the 12 megapixel f1.5 and f2.4 variable aperture. That is the main back camera, but the S9 Plus gets an additional second camera on the back. It only has 12 megapixel f3.4 sensor. f2.4 sensor, I'm sorry. So that's too bad. And the front camera didn't really get much of an upgrade. f1.7 aperture with 8 megapixel. So the main rear camera has OIS, the rest do, and also the secondary camera of the S9 Plus also get an OIS, but the front camera does not have an OIS. For those who don't know, OIS is optical image stabilization. So the bad thing is it still has Nougat currently, so but don't be surprised if it has Oreo come retail stores. So depending on your region, it will come Snapdragon 845, the very first one of its kind, and it will also have Exynos 9810, again depending on your region. And here's the odd thing, it also comes with the wait a minute, no, never mind, I'm reading that wrong. So the S9 has 4 gigabits of RAM. The S9 Plus comes with 6 gigabits of RAM. I don't understand why they can't just make it the same. I really don't understand. It also supports 256 gigabit of micro SD support. The battery has 3000 milliamps on the S9. On the S9 Plus has 3500. So connectivity is obviously USB Type-C, Bluetooth, and they both have stereo speakers. Yes, stereo speakers, but not the front stereo speaker that I'm talking about. Maybe it's using the ear speaker as an additional speaker, and then you got the bottom firing speakers. Bluetooth 5.0, and it comes with this thing called Intelligent Scan, iris scanner plus facial recognition. They just combine it into one. You got the intelligent scan right there. It obviously comes with this 3.5mm jack, and it comes bundled with AKG headphones. So that is interesting. Okay, so we got the specs out of the way. So what are my thoughts? Well, it's not an upgrade. It's not a major upgrade from the Galaxy S8. It's a major upgrade from the Galaxy S7. Great thing is that it finally has stereo speakers, so you can actually hear your ringtone. But I am wondering if the DAC amp is actually higher compared to the S8. I really do wish that they would upgrade that. It's too bad that the S9 does not have upgraded or boost in battery. That's absolutely too bad. I'm not sure how the battery will be. Qualcomm is saying, oh, their chipset should be battery efficient, but I doubt that. Again, depending on your apps, I really don't know understand how they're testing these things. I also wish that the S9 also had a dual camera, but no. And so the odd thing is that it didn't have a white color option. So it only comes in midnight black, coral blue, titanium gray, and a new color, purple, lilac purple. So it is interesting to see that Samsung did not change the design, did not change much of the battery. Obviously, the position of the fingerprint scanner has finally been on the bottom instead of the side, but it doesn't really do much. So should you upgrade? I'd say no if you have an S8. If you have an S7, should you upgrade? I'd say yes. Trade in your S8 to get a bigger discount on the S9. But in the end, is it a game changer? No. So the thing about this S9 that got me intrigued is obviously an upgrade with if it has better camera, which it does. Rear camera. Does it have a great audio fidelity? I'm hoping. And I don't really care about the battery efficiency. I'm sure it's gonna be mediocre depending on how many apps you have. I don't even know what's up with these chipset makers saying, oh, it's battery efficient when it's not. It has, and then they have this, to me, I find it really stupid, called Bitmoji, animation emoji, whatever you want to call it. I don't understand why they care so much about that. They should have put their focus on the hardware itself. So, going to the rant. This is my rant about this, okay? I don't understand why, if you're gonna market the camera as Reimagine, pointing at your camera, why not also add an OIS on the front camera for better self pictures? If HTC can do it on the HTC 10, which I think that you should get because that's going to be a collector item. If HTC 10 can do it, why not Samsung Galaxy S9? If you are marketing your camera, yes, your camera on your phone, shouldn't it have all OIS? Not only that, look at this. It has an aperture of f1.7. It could basically make the self pictures at night be much better, improved. So that's one. Number two, memory. S7 and S8, I think both have 4 gigabits of RAM. Why did you not just upgrade the S9, not the S9 Plus, the S9 to have 6 gigs of RAM? Why not just make them both at the same time? It'd be easier for production, it'd be easier for the spec list, it'd be easier for marketing. It's just simple. Number 3, the battery. Why not upgrade the battery to 33? Why keep it at 33,000? Heck, why not improve both models to have battery? Could be 3700 and 3300 or 32, whatever it may be. The battery should have improved. It's one of those things that the difference between having 10% and 5% battery, especially in emergency situation. So that's number 3, right? And then number 4, why do you not have a white color option? Where is the color white? Heck, where is the emerald green back from Galaxy S6? I'd take out the titanium gray. I really don't understand what the point is titanium gray. I think their titanium gray is absolutely ugly. Who buys a titanium gray? I have never seen the titanium gray in the wild. Just remove that color option. Either add white, snow white, or the white from the Galaxy Note 8 Olympic Edition, or bring back the emerald green from the Galaxy S7. So another thing is that why did you not just upgrade the software via announcement? Just make it Oreo or whatever it may be give us the latest edition of Android. Whatever the latest edition of Android should be in the phone via announcement, revealed, and also launch in retail. I just don't understand it. So, the design. The biggest rant I have about this is the design. I don't care about the moving fingerprint scanner to the bottom. Is that I wish that the design could have changed drastically. Now you must be asking, how would they obviously change the design? Well, pretty simple. About changing the front back, maybe changing the bottom, maybe changing the top. I mean, there's so many ways of changing a phone. I mean, I can't think of anything on top of my head, but it's pretty obvious that we went from a slab. Look at HTC M7, look at the iPhone X, look at the Galaxy S8 or even S7, whatever you want to call it. Look at the Galaxy LG G6. I mean, there's multiple ways of designing a phone, not just a square phone. I mean, when you have your imagination, it's limitless, it's unlimited. So, if the Galaxy S9 were ever to launch today, would I get it? I have a LG G5 and an LG V20. Would I get this phone? I'm not saying I'm a fan of LG. I'm not a fan of LG. I'm not a fan of any phones at all. Would I get it? I'd say no. If I needed an upgrade from Galaxy S7 and I wanted to stay with Samsung, I'd say yes, I get it. If you have a OnePlus, if you have an iPhone X, if you have an iPhone 8, if you have an LG 6, you have a V30, should you get it? I'd say no. The only way you should get this phone was if it was in the $600 or $500 price range, because the exterior has not changed, and the most major change that this phone has is all come down to software. It all comes down to software, and that is it. And software can easily be changed. And so that is my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Galaxy S9. I'm sure many of you will disagree, and I'm sure many of you would probably downvote me, or thumb bottom, blah, blah, so and so. I don't really care. I'm just telling you my opinion, and this is my opinion. I'm sure you have your opinion too. And if you would like to share your opinion, let me know down in the comments below, and I do respond to comments. But if you're a fan of Samsung and you're telling me I'm a hater, I'm not. Don't worry. I've had the S5, I've had the S7 Edge, I've had the Galaxy Alpha. I'm even using the Note 4. That's how much fan I am of the Note 4. I think the Note 4 is absolutely great, and it still holds, the phone still holds true to this day. And so that is my thoughts and analysis of Galaxy S9. I will see you in the next content. Bye bye.